Good morning, children. Today we will study the classification of colloids based on the type of particles of the dispersed phase. That means what types of particles are present either in the form of a macromolecule or it may be an aggregate of the atoms to make the dimensions equal to the colloidal size, that is 1 to 1000 nanometer. Depending upon how the different substances may have size in the range of colloids, the various types of colloids or colloidal dispersions may be divided into three categories. And these three categories are multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids, and associated colloids. So first we will study the multimolecular colloids. When on dispersion of a substance in the dispersion medium, a large number of atoms or smaller molecules of the substance with diameters less than 1 nanometer aggregate together to form species having size in the colloidal range. The species thus formed are called as multimolecular. The meaning of multimolecular: if the size of the molecules or the atoms is less than nanometer, then they form an aggregate of their atoms. And in these aggregates, they will be having the dimension of the colloidal particles, that is in between 1 to 1000 nanometer. And that's why when they form their aggregate in the solution, then these salts are called as multimolecular colloids. For example, a gold salt may contain particles of various sizes having several atoms, and therefore in the similar way the sulfur salts consist of particles containing a thousands or so many of S8 sulfur molecules. You already know the sulfur molecule exists in the form of S8 molecule, and these S8 molecules they form an aggregate of these molecules, and then they will be having the dimension of the colloid, that is 1 to 1000 nanometer, and then it is converted into multimolecular colloid. Now these are held together by van der Waals forces which are present among the molecules of the colloidal particles. So these aggregates, when they exist in the simple molecule or in the atom, then its size will be less than 1 nanometer. So I am repeating, in multimolecular colloids, when the size of atom or molecule is less than 1 nanometer, then they form an aggregate, and then they will be having the size of the colloidal range, and then they are called as multimolecular colloids. An example for the gold salt and the sulfur salt. Now the second category is macromolecular colloid. When certain substances having big size molecules called macromolecules having large molecular masses are dissolved in a suitable liquid, they form a solution in which the molecules of the substance, that is the dispersed particles, have size in the colloidal range. Such substances are called macromolecular colloids. Some substances exist in the form of the polymer, that is these polymers are called as macromolecule. For example, the cellulose, starch, they exist in the form of polymer. So they are having the large molecular masses because their size is big. Thousands of molecules join together to form a polymer, and that's why they are called as macromolecules. Now these molecules, when dissolved in a particular solvent or in a particular liquid, then they form macromolecular colloid, or the dispersed particle have the size in the colloidal range. because they are the big in size. That's why they are having the size of colloidal range, means that is in between 1 to 1000 nanometer. Such substances are called macromolecular colloids. These macromolecular substances are usually polymers with very high molecular masses. Examples of naturally occurring macromolecules are starch, cellulose, proteins, enzymes, and gelatin. Examples of man-made macromolecules are polyethylene, nylon, polystyrene, synthetic rubber, etc. As these molecules have large sizes and have dimension comparable to those of colloidal particles, their dispersion are called macromolecular colloids. Their colloidal solutions are quite stable and resemble true solutions in many respects. Now the third category is the associated colloids and the micelles also. The substances which, when dissolved in a medium at low concentration, behave as normal strong electrolytes, but at higher concentrations exhibit colloidal state properties due to the formation of aggregated particles are called associated colloids. These associated colloids are forming a normal solution and they behave like a strong electrolyte. But as the concentration increases, they form the aggregate of the particles, and that's why they are named as associated colloid. And you know the meaning of association. Many particles associate with each other, then they will be having the dimension of the colloidal range, that is 1 to 1000 nanometer, and they form associated colloids. The aggregated particles thus formed are called micelles. The formation of micelles takes place only above a particular temperature called Kraft temperature, that is represented by Tk. And the concentration above which associated colloids are formed is called as critical micelle concentration, and it is represented by CMC. So the concentration above which associated colloids are formed is called critical micelle concentration or CMC. The most common example of associated colloid is that of the surface active agent such as soaps and synthetic detergent. For the soaps, the CMC is 10 to the power minus 4 to 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter. Each micelle contains at least 100 molecules. So this is in the aggregate they are having at least 100 molecules. Now let us study the mechanism of micelle formation. Let us take the example of soap solution. You know the soap is sodium salt of higher fatty acid and may be represented as RCOONA. For example, sodium stearate having the formula CH3CH2 whole 6 COO minus Na plus, or sodium palmitate CH3CH2 14 COO minus Na positive. When dissolved in water, it dissociates into RCOO minus and sodium positive ion. Now when it dissociates, then it is converted into RCOO minus and sodium positive ion. Now RCOO ions consist of two parts. One part is non-polar part, that is the long hydrocarbon chain are called tail, which is hydrophobic or water repelling part, and the polar part polar group, that is COO minus, because it's charged, so it is called as the polar part and is called as the head, which is hydrophobic in nature. So in the soap, because these are the sodium salt of the higher fatty acids, and they are having one long carbon chain at least of 13-14 carbon atom. So they are having the long chain, and this long chain is hydrophobic part, that is, you can say that is the water hating part, and the other part is carboxylate and COO minus, and which is hydrophilic part, or which is called as head. So when we dissolve soap in water, then all the carbon chain which are hydrophobic in nature, they will go into the bulk, and then they are converted into the aggregate of these ions. This is showing the chain of carbon atom, and this is the polar part, minus charge is here, that is the carboxylate, and sodium ions will also here because they are positively charged ion. So when we dissolve in water, so you can see all the non-polar parts will go into the bulk, and then they form a cluster of ion. At least 100 ions this part will be associated, because this is associated colloid. So all the chains will go inside the bulk, and because they are water hating, so they will go into the inner part, and the polar part, that is carboxylate ion, will come outward or outside. So in this way it will forming a cluster of ion which is called as micelles. Now you can see here the stearate ions pull together to form a spherical ionic micelle inside the bulk of water at high concentration, that is CMC. So when the concentration is low, then it will behave like a simple electrolytic solution, that is like a strong electrolyte, because you can say the sodium ion is here, that is a part of a strong base, and that's why it will behave like a strong electrolyte. But as the concentration increases or there is a change in the temperature, then there is the formation of this spherical ionic micelle, that is due to the formation of this cluster of ions, in which the non-polar part will go inside the bulk and the polar part will be outside the bulk. So this is called as the micelle, or this spherical part is called as the micelle. It is also related to the cleansing action of soap. Actually, the soap is used to remove the dirt from the clothes, and the dirt is the oily substance. The dirt is formed when the dirt settles down on the oil, then it is converted into the dirt. So this dirt is the organic substance. Now the non-polar part, suppose this is the surface of the cloth, then because the dirt is here, then all the non-polar part will be attached to the dirt, because this is also oily part. So all the non-polar part will be attached to the dirt. And when we brush it or we are agitating it in the washing machines, then due to the rubbing or due to the agitating, this part will be removed. That means dirt will be removed with the chain part. The chain is non-polar in nature, and here dirt is also oily in nature. So the chain will be attached to the dirt, and when it is agitated or you rub with the brush, then this dirt will be removed from the cloth. So this is called as the cleansing action of the soap. So the cleansing action of soap is due to the formation of micelles. Because their soaps are called a surface active substance, because they are used to remove dirt from the surface of the cloth. And this is the mechanism by which the dirt can be removed. It is called as the cleansing action of the soap. So when we wash the clothes with the water, then the dirt will be removed, because that is hydrophobic in nature. Now the cloth is wet, so it will not settle down on the clothes, and that's why the soaps are having cleansing action. Now we will study the comparison of the multimolecular, macromolecular and associated colloids. So first point for the multimolecular colloid, they are formed by the aggregation of large number of atoms or molecules which generally have diameter less than 1 nanometer. For example, gold soil and the sulfur salt. Now for the macromolecules, they are molecules of large size, for example polymers like rubber, nylon, starch, protein, etc. Now for the associated colloids, they are formed by the aggregation of large number of ions in concentrated solution, for example soap. The second point, in the multimolecular colloid, their molecular masses are not very high. In macromolecular, their molecular masses are high. And then in associated colloids, their molecular masses are generally high. Now the third point is for the multimolecular, their atoms or molecules are held together by weak van der Waals forces. Now for the macromolecular colloids, due to long chain and van der Waals forces, holding them are comparatively stronger. Now in the associated colloid, higher is the concentration, greater are the van der Waals forces. So this is the comparison between the multimolecular, macromolecular and associated colloid, and it is a very important question and it is always asked in the board examination.